Hello, everyone. Good morning. This is pretty good for a Monday morning. I don't think I would be here if I wasn't obliged to. I try, but I don't know that I'd be here on time. Anyway, I'm Adam Broitman. I'm a partner at McKinsey, and if I'm looking at my phone throughout, it's not checking messages. It's just reminding myself of some of the questions. And Mark, you want to introduce yourself?
Yes. Well, first of all, thank you, Brand Innovators, for having me. My name is Mark Anthony Edmonson. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for GoGo squeeZ, the original kid snack within fruit pouch that's becoming a much bigger, larger entity other than just kid snacking.
Awesome. And when I was asked to do this, I got very excited because I have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. And I have a refrigerator stocked with GoGo squeeZ, and that is the truth. They all, my son in particular, gets very excited when he sees the green pouches and the logo. And rolling right into our questions in the title of the panel about being true to the brand self, what cuts through in channels is often not authenticity as much as humor and maybe less tasteful humor sometimes. So I guess the question and where we want to start is, how do you think about strategies that allow you to stay true to who the brand is and at the same time be able to cut through in spaces where humor and those sorts of things win?
Yeah, Adam, yes. Consumers love to laugh. We all love to laugh. I think that's just human nature. And in order to be able to break through and still stay true to your brand, what we've learned at GoGo squeeZ, which by the way, we've been in the US market for 16 years. So we turned 16 years old this year. And it's all about the fundamentals. What we've learned is just making sure that you have a very strong brand purpose. When we arrived here in the US, our founder really thought that GoGo squeeZ was going to be for adults. If you think about the statistics right now, most adults are not getting their daily value of fruits and vegetables. So he was wanting to bring a solution that could actually aid in that. Well, of course, babies, kids, toddlers, they love sucking out of pouches, and it became a kid snack brand overnight. But through having a strong foundation, so we know our purpose. Our purpose is to become a beacon of nurture. A nurture to our communities by providing fresh fruits and vegetables out of a pouch, being a beacon of nurture to the planet. We know that we're a single-serve plastic, but we have great partnerships with TerraCycle to be able to bring back the pouches that we put out in the marketplace, and then also being a beacon of nurture to our consumers. So with that strong foundation, we had to then think about our tone, our voice, and how could we actually break through in social spaces where humor, totally wins. So what we've been able to do is create amazing characters. Not a lot of people really know much about our characters because they've only existed on pack. But through our brand building exercises and really understanding our foundation, we've started easing those characters outside of the pouch and giving the outside of the packaging and giving them human personality, allowing people to actually see their personalities within them, to be able to start breaking through the clutter in our own unique, distinctive way. So it always starts at the foundation.
Great. Well, I can't wait to see the cartoons and the characters in action. Speaking of which, it's really a two-part question. The first part is, with all that's going on with privacy and regulation around marketing more broadly, the first part of the question is, how do you think about marketing to children, who are the consumers? And then the second part of the question is, what is the strategy around that audience extension for marketing to their parents?
Yeah, absolutely. Our number one prime target is parents, parents with kids under the age of 12. We were founded by word of mouth. People found out about our brand because parents would purchase the product and love the simplicity, the ease, the convenience of our pouch, and tell others. So we built onto that. We still go after parents in two ways. The first way is just really being able to be present in spaces where they want knowledge. So we partner with dietitians and nutritionists across the US to be able to help them understand what our product can provide to parents and their kids. In addition to that, we listen. We listen a lot to these dietitians and nutritionists to understand what are some of the common challenges that parents are going through to be able to help us reinvent our innovation pipeline. Then finally, from a parent perspective, we leverage influencers a lot. And love the social media platforms that have really exploded over the past 5 to 6 years. We've really began to identify which influencers we want to be associated with the brand. That's super challenging because not every once in a while you get a little snafu and influencer goes rogue and you have a PR situation on your hands. But we've really started, really making sure that influencer understands our brand, understands our mission, so that they are well connected with us. From a kid's perspective, we're just showing up in spaces. We haven't talked to kids at all, believe it or not. Of our 16-year existence, we've never actually developed a piece of creative that's spoken to kids. I was with the Campbell Soup Company for 7 years. I worked on one of the most iconic kids snack brands, Goldfish Crackers, and we talked to kids all the time. We actually had a series of commercials that integrated into Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, and it really, drove the demand amongst 6 to 12-year-olds. For GoGo squeeZ, we've, it's not that we don't want to. We have just decided to show up in their spaces. So if you have kids under the age of 12, you might see our brand showing up at baseball games, football games, soccer games, where kids are actually being active. And part of our purpose is really to get kids outdoors and be active in the community and outside the world. Not staying inside is one of the things that we don't want kids to do. We want them to be active. So our goal is not to, advertise to kids on social media, or which you can't do, or through TV or video. Our goal is to just be in outdoor spaces where we can intercept kids and, give them something very natural and fun, playful, which is what our brand is meant to be.
As a father of two, I appreciate that.
It's really tough because kids are on their phones. They're on tablets all the time. But our goal is to really get kids outdoors, off of those tablets and outdoors into nature.
Excellent. So changing gears just a little bit, and we had a call last week where we discussed some of this, and one of the things that struck me was you're a premium brand. Everything from the ingredients to the price point. You're not a discount brand per se. So the thing that we were discussing was, how do you maintain your premium status in the face of uncertain economy, channels that demand premium, retail media, et cetera, that are kind of last click attributed? How do you balance premium with the price that the market wants?
Yeah. It's about marketing, making sure consumers understand who you are, what you're all about, and how you should integrate into their lives. I always have challenges with the sales organization on this topic, and it's so critical to have them on your side because most salespeople are driven to drive sales. Volume is all they're thinking about. But at the end of the day, you want to make sure that people are not just buying you on promotion, that they're buying you because they love you, that you've resonated within their lives. And so the example I'll give 2 examples. When I was at Goldfish Crackers on that business, and we were debating on whether or not we should put more dollars into trade versus marketing. And Goldfish Crackers is a premium brand. It's a higher price point than squeeZ, has a lot of history, a lot of great brand assets, and everybody was just so into yes, let's put a lot of money, all the money back into sales so that we can drive volume. And, here I am, the marketer, saying, well, great, that, I don't want my price point to drop because we are a premium brand. And once you get onto that drug, it's hard to get off of it. So I asked to just do a test. I asked to basically, hey, let me create a new campaign for the business, and let's see. It doesn't happen overnight. That was the other challenge. It's like, hey, this campaign will launch, but it's not going to happen 1 month, 2 months in. It's going to take about 6 to 9 months for our strategy to really prove itself out. And we created a remarkable campaign. This campaign was rooted in insights. We were searching the web, and we found out that consumers always told stories about goldfish crackers. Oh, I went to my grandmother's house, and I would always eat goldfish crackers in the backseat of the car. And we literally brought that to life in all different channels. And it resonated with the consumers so much. We literally pulled at their heartstrings, and our base volume started rising without promotion. And it really allowed us to save the brand from, eroding our premium value. And for GoGo squeeZ, we're in the same situation, but a different time. Inflation is impacting all of our consumers right now, and we want to be for all. Even though we're a premium brand, we do believe that healthy nutrition should be provided to every single kid. And so with that, our approach has been creating unique pack formats that could allow us to be in channels where consumers may not be able to afford our premium price point. Ensuring that we're still on the track of communicating why we belong, why should we resonate in the lives of parents and their kids. So we've increased our marketing spend by 200% this year, simply because we want to make sure people understand our brand equity, our purpose, so that we're not, cheapening the brand through any trade promotions.
Awesome. And I know the part of the purpose of Brand Innovators is to have some tangible things people could take away and go action today. And we spoke about this. And I thought maybe we'd do a little role play of the sales team coming to you, and
cool.
and just maybe hear a couple of things that you might say to them directly for all those in similar situations. So I'm on the sales team, and we're facing a rough quarter this quarter. As you know, sales are not where we need them to be. Volume's down, and we're getting some pressure from up top. Do you think, in addition, we're also getting pressure from partners? Our retail media partners want us to discount, and is there anything that we can do to go discount or promo heavy this quarter and really heavy up through the end of the year?
Yeah, and my response, Adam, would be, have we looked at all of our metrics and KPIs? Starting off with national media. Understanding our engagement rates across all of our different channels. Have we optimized those different channels? Are we giving the consumer easy ways of purchasing our product and not having them go to multiple different sites and getting confused? I would start there. If that's all humming, I would then look at our retail media and understand our buy deeply. I think value messaging, and value messaging doesn't necessarily mean price. Value messaging means that we're looking at our point of differentiation versus any other brand that we're competing with. And from a brand that is in kids snacking, but I look at total snacking, I look to understand, and I would want to be able to understand, one, do we have value messaging against our core message, which for us, what sets us apart from any of our competition, we're made with 100% real fruit. That's the core message, and making sure that that's across every single retail media platform and that that's consistent. The second thing, made with no sugar, and seeing whether or not those two can actually drive more sales than any other promotion. And quite frankly, when we do that, and we've done that in the past, we've actually seen our unit sales increase, new to brand buyers coming into the brand, versus any promotion that our sales team could ever deliver.
Well, as the salesperson, I'm sold. Let's go with your strategy. So changing gears a bit, and I'm not really sure how much time we have left, but I think we have time for this one, and maybe we'll get the poll after this. But changing gears again, let's talk a little retail media. We got to do something that is on the buzzworthy list. We won't go Gen AI. We're not going to do that to you. But let's do retail media because it is so applicable here. Just starting high level, with what's the strategy? What partners do you like? Where are you bullish? And let's start with those.
Yeah. So retail media has been just exploded in the last 5 to 6 years, and I love them. I absolutely love them because if you partner with them, meaning that you're just not spending, you're not just setting strategies and walking away, but you're literally, every single month sitting down and evaluating how can we get better. So for us at the Bell Group, we partner with the top three. Amazon, Walmart, and Target. I can tell you for Amazon, we treat that platform as a brand building platform. I don't believe that e-commerce is just a sales channel. It's actually a marketing vehicle. When I was at the Campbell Soup Company, I had the opportunity to work on soup e-commerce. And I can never forget the GM was like, I don't need to be on e-commerce. Don't need to have that big presence, don't need to spend there because no one's going to buy soup online. And she was correct. No one will buy soup online. And for those who do buy soup online, it's about convenience and quick. But the goal was not about selling a ton of soup online. It was all about making sure that you had the right message and that you were showing who your brand truly was. And that actually unlocked a huge opportunity for the soup business, because they started identifying a whole new target, a whole new demographic. V8, same situation, a brand that was really appealing to boomers, launched an energy product through e-commerce and found a whole set of new consumers. So, for me, it's all about leveraging the platform for more than just a sales channel that's a marketing vehicle. And then when it comes to sales, I mentioned it before, making sure that you have the right messaging, but then also making sure that you're in the spaces of how the consumers shop. So I always prioritize search because that's how consumers shop the platform. Walmart Media, Walmart Connect, Rundell, even Amazon will all tell you, buy this display, buy this package. If you're not maximizing search, you're losing. So we always make sure that we have a strong spend on search, and then we start playing around with the other tools. What does display look like? What does some of the platform buyouts look like? And really being able to learn from those, because all of it's still relatively new, and what we're trying to do is just make sure that we're doing what's best for the brand.
Great. So along the same lines of what we were discussing earlier around offers and proving that discounts are not the way to build a brand, love to talk a little bit about measurement within retail media. And you said earlier that it's about brand building. It's not about sales, which is awesome. You rarely hear that, and I love it. But again, in tough or potentially tough, we keep saying tough economic times. I don't know that it really is that tough. I don't know. Maybe I'm not living in the same world, but I guess it's tough because there is some skepticism about where the economy is going. Nonetheless, the question is, how do you measure retail media for the purposes of storytelling, brand, et cetera, when the retail media networks themselves are outputting much more deterministic metrics, et cetera?
Yeah. Just to go back on, tough economic times, Kantar presented just recently that an emerging channel has become food banks here in the U.S. So there's a group of consumers that, are no longer just shopping dollar because they can't even afford dollar channels. They're going to food banks. So it's a tough situation for some. And then on the measurement side, we start with our equity tracker. We actually measure our equity monthly. We're looking to see what are the core elements of our brand that we've described? What's moving the needle? And while we can't do that, singularly focused on a retail media partner, we look at that from a national perspective. And then with retail media groups, they're now getting more and more sophisticated about how to measure equity, because that's so important to a brand. So we've been doing some work with Amazon on tracking our equity health metrics to be able to understand how their media is moving the needle. And we adjust based on what we're seeing from some of their tests. And for me, when it comes to sales, there's this metric, and I'm sure everyone is familiar with it, new to brand. I think over the course of 2 years, I think this new to brand metric has been making its way across multiple different platforms. And that is one of our metrics that we're tracking against. Yes, new to brand for Amazon could be the same consumer from Walmart, the same consumer from Rondell, but is one metric that we're trying to understand whether or not we're driving incrementality for the business.
Excellent. Well, I got the 5 minutes ago, so I think we're up on time here. But this has been awesome.
Thank you, Adam.
Appreciate it, and I think this goes to show you that hair is not really the metric needed for great marketing. But all kidding aside, this has been awesome.
Thank you,
Thank
Adam.
you.
Thank you, Brandon.